Aquaus Kelley, 7 Days of Wisdom. We are here in the city at one of Google's offices on 10th Avenue for Afrotectopia. And I wanted to introduce my lovely sister, lovely, beautiful, talented sister, Dr. Ronah Harris.
Hi, guys.
And just discuss her experience today because she was presenting and I was just sitting in the background, observing and gaining more of an understanding of how talented we are as people of color, how multidimensional we are, and how we need more spaces like this. So talk about your experience doing what you do, the kind of work that you do, and we can go from there.
Awesome. So I am a technologist first.
All right.
I call myself a technologist. I'm also an artist, and I'm an educator. I run a lot of after-school programs and interventions into school districts to support teachers and get them trained to bring new technology into classrooms.
All right.
It's challenging work. I work in a lot of independent schools and public schools, and across the board in the United States, I would say kids in general are not getting taught the skills that are going to be necessary and needed to enter into the fields, especially into technology fields and advanced technology fields. So the work that I'm doing is from the bottom up, really building capacity, language, getting parents educated, educators educated on what the skill sets are going to be.
Yeah.
And then I have a specific focus on sewing and technology because those are the two that I've married in my own work. As an artist, I've been a costumer and I've developed a lot of really interesting three-dimensional pieces that either work with fabric, some of my doll work is that, and then I have some other pieces out in the world that have been on stage and film. And so as a technology educator and an artist, the two have combined.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to spread the word, get people prepared for what that looks like, and to hopefully get them some skills so that they can participate.
Awesome. What's the name of your company?
My company is called Play Pattern, and we are based primarily in New York, and we do work in New Jersey and in Pennsylvania as well.
All right. And what made you come up with the name Play Pattern?
Oh, Play Pattern. Play Pattern is two kind of ways that I look at it. Play Pattern is a term in the toy industry, which I've done a lot of consulting work with toy companies and people that are making toys and games. And it's the idea of what it means to play. Right. So the player goes through a pattern of play. You organize how somebody would play a game or play with the toy. And then, so I wanted to use that term for that. And then the other one is, it's playful patterns. So I sew, I consider patterns part of the sewing process. Yeah. And I thought it was just natural to put the two together.
So on our way here, driving into the city from Jersey, we spoke about our upbringing and how that has influenced how crazy we are today because of our untraditional upbringing. So
yeah, we're the weirdos.
Yeah, let's get into that a little bit and dig into that. How has our upbringing, your upbringing, influenced the kind of work you do, the kind of interactions you have, who you are as a person today?
Yeah. Well, number one, we were raised by artists, right? Yeah. And even though mom isn't a practicing artist, she was an artist, and dad is an artist. Yeah. So that gives us kind of an outsider's insider perspective on, I think, the world. And they raised us to be artists. They didn't raise us to be sort of these conservative folks that get normal jobs. And, it's great that we both got educated. We're all educated. You need a liberal arts education to function. But I think that we were also encouraged to go deeper and go passionately with a technical skill or craft. And so that's something I think that's really unique in our upbringing. Yeah. We grew up in New York City. So,
right across the water. So
yeah,
we can see the Statue of Liberty from here. Literally.
Totally. Passed it every day. So growing up in this place, I mean, there's so many places on the earth
Yeah.
that you get this population, right? These many people that want to come to this little place
Yeah.
to do the work that they love. And so I think that that's really unique. And the city's changed, obviously, and we've changed. We grew up here, but it's still a thriving place for the arts, because you have no other place where you have this like colliding of cultures and languages,
Yeah.
and it's very sensory and it's very physical, and you have Broadway and you have Tribeca Film Festival and you have music at the park and you have everything from opera to hip hop all in one place, right? Yeah. So you can't not be affected by the arts. The arts are really what keeps New Yorkers here, and it brings so many other people here. And the creative industries. I like to think technology is also an art. I think most people see technology as just technical, but all arts have a technical aspect to it. Dance has technical aspects, music has technical aspects. So of course there are the technicians. There's a need for people to be able to code and build architecture, but technology also has a mixture of something that has to be more creative, right? Outside the box, interesting, it has to be visual, it has to be engaging,
Yeah.
it has to tell a story. And so in that sense, most technology, whether it's a game, an app, even social media, whether it's storytelling through video, whether it's software, right? All of those things to me are some form of art. Where I'm at in wearable tech, it's like kind of easy to say it's art, because there's a design element to it, and you have to physically create something and you have to make it so that it's beautiful and it's compelling and it's interesting and it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dope. So what are you currently looking to do? Like if we had to just do a call to action, we never know who may be looking at this video and things of that nature. What is it you're looking to do right now?
Right now I'm looking to continue growing my youth programming.
All right.
Through the schools. I want you. Community centers, how can we get connected to you so that we can do events and pop-ups and workshops so that we can bring this education to larger populations. And then as an artist, I've been working on really figuring out how and what I want to make next. So I'm of the belief that I'm going to be making a lot more wearable art pieces and things that interact with the world that fall into the arts. So I think you should look out for that, because they'll be coming your way soon.
And lastly, talk about the importance of our children, the future, our youth, understanding and having a grasp of what it is that we do when it comes to technology, STEM, design, the importance of infusing those particular skills and how that impacts our future.
Absolutely. So I think and this was interesting today, because it's this, I don't get to go into many spaces with a group of people of color, especially of the African diaspora, who are interested in technology. And this is a small conference, right? This is like very select group of people, which is a beautiful thing that it's a growing community. I think there are a couple of things. The one is that we need to be more collaborative.
All right.
We have to work together. If we don't work together, we're gonna have a lot of people struggling, as opposed to a group of people who can move something forward, right? And move it forward with intention and move it forward with the value that it could have. The next thing is really thinking about how we can think outside the box. We don't need to recreate the Google. We don't need to make it the Black Apple. They're wonderful hardware, software, technology, gaming companies in the world. We oftentimes are there already. We might be working there and not recognized. But I think that there's some unique things that we can offer into the world, especially as people of African diaspora, that aren't there yet, whether it be hardware technologies, whether it be new software solutions, whether we decide, okay, look, we want to actually mobilize groups of people in the Caribbean, in the American South, in Africa, or anywhere else, Asia, Europe, etc., to participate.
Yeah.
And I think we underestimate our positions.
All right.
So I want to not play the underdog and not play the victim, but I want to be empowering, and I want to be forceful, and I want to be clear, and I want to be dedicated, and I want to align other people with that mission of saying, look, we're here. We've always been here. Yeah. It's time for us to use our voice and use it wisely.
Absolutely. I feel there's no better way to end things off than those words you just spoke very eloquently. So I appreciate that as your younger brother. And
Thank you for having me.
Definitely inspired by your work and what you're doing. So, you know, it's always a pleasure to be family. So.
Thanks,
Love you.
Bro.
All right.
All right.